is up, guys? Welcome to the third episode of the PG Talk. My name is Jose.
What's up? It's Pablo.
It has been a very long 2 hours.
Yeah, like 2.5 hours. Let's see. So there's been audio problems left and right, and then we started the clip, and somebody over here forgot to hit play. I looked over just to see the waveforms, make sure everything was working right, and then I didn't see anything. I'm like, bro, did you hit play?
We were a good 2 minutes into the video, and he was like, wait, did you hit play? And I'm like, ah. Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
So hopefully, finally, we're in it, and we get the episode rolling. But man, if anybody listening is knows anything about recording software and one that you can recommend, please let us know. Because right now we're using this one called Audacity, and it works all right, but maybe we just haven't tinkered with it enough. But knowing how to pick up all mics equally is a little rough.
Yeah, because we want to kind of set it up to where we have 3 separate tracks so we can adjust the volume, but right now we're just doing one because we kind of got fed up downloading all these apps, figuring out which one works and which one doesn't. Because as you can see, instead of having 2 mics today, we actually have 3 with an empty seat.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's because we have our first guest today, and that guest happens to be really close to me, and we live together. Her name is Gaby, aka my fiance. Come on in, baby.
She is the second G of Gigi, which is them two right there. They
Güero,
Gigi.
Gaby.
So, let you introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah, so I'm Gaby. I don't know what else you want to know.
Cool. Short, sweet, to the point.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Well, guess I'll get it started. First of all, let's settle some beef with you.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember when you guys were dating way back when in high school. You know the park where we all used to play soccer at? Remember when you begged me?
Yeah, and then I broke your ankles.
Yeah, well, it's payback time. You're going down today.
For context clues, we would, back in high school, we would play soccer together. And there was one time where we were all 3 playing, and Gaby was messing up Pablo. Hence, Pablo is really easy to make.
Yeah, so I've had this reputation that it's super easy to nutmeg me, and if you don't know what nutmegging is in soccer, it's pretty much when you're facing your opponent and somebody passes the ball between your legs and just takes off. It's super embarrassing, super humiliating, and for whatever reason, I guess anybody can get me with that move. And yeah, we were all playing. There's all our friends there. My dad was there. And then Gaby was there, obviously, and then we were on opposite teams, and I was gonna go get the ball, and then she fucking nutmegged me and just started taking off, and everyone was like, oh.
Fun fact, that was the very first day I met both of you.
That's right.
Wait, what?
Your very first impression of her was her nutmegging you.
Well, yeah, okay, but you said both of us, so that was
the first time I met both of you. I had never met Güero separately, and I never.
Wait, what?
You're talking about the time me, you, and Dad were playing, and her and Lupe came over?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever met her.
I thought you guys were dating already.
No, dude, we had...
What?
No.
What the fuck, for real?
That's nuts.
No, wait, hold on. You guys are really blowing my mind, because I thought you guys were dating already.
There was a separate time we went with all your friends, and then me and Lupe came separately, but that was a different day.
Mm-hmm. But that day is where I met her.
Oh.
Yeah, but when your dad was there, it's the first day I met either of you.
Oh, snap.
Officially. Because, one time, your mom, and your sisters were walking from, I'm guessing, Payless or something.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I used to live, in the duplexes there, and Lupus, recognized your mom, and it's oh, that's my cousin. From afar, I could see you, but...
And you were like, damn,
she fell in love with me.
She was never seen the hairline, though.
That's why the hat's on today.
Oh,
I did not shave my head. Yeah, but that was the...
Oh, snap, dude, for real?
That was the unofficial time that she technically met me. And I remember that specific moment because I was I saw I saw her coming, and I was like, wait, I know her. And then I didn't put 2 and 2 together until we started hanging out. I'm like, wait, that one day, that was you and her.
Oh. Honestly, that is kind of crazy because I could have sworn that you guys were already dating by then.
No.
That's so weird. Well, something in my memory's messed up then. So unless both you guys are really messing with me right now.
Legit, that was our first time meeting each other. Yeah.
That's why like we've joked that like soccer's like our thing. Like we thought about getting our wedding photos done like on a soccer field because that's where we met. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's nuts.
What the fuck? That's honestly pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and we're getting married, which is exciting.
So that moment was what like 7 years ago.
2011.
And we're in 20, so 10 years ago. So you guys have been together for 10 years.
Well, we've known each other for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we started dating back in 2012 too, in April, but you know that story.
I mean, not really. I know very superficially the story. Okay.
There's just a bunch of on and off.
Yeah,
someone
that's
couldn't
pretty
get
much
their stuff together.
This is someone.
Yeah. Don't worry, I was kind of in the same boat, so, but not as intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so after like 8 years on and off or so, you guys finally getting married, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How you guys feel about it?
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, we talk about it, it's just like, it's weird because like, for me, like, you know, you think you're planning a wedding, but then I've listened to all these podcasts, like preparing for an actual marriage. It's like, I listen to those and it's like, it's kind of scary, but like a good, like kind of scary, like ready to take on this new step and new chapter in our lives.
Because in those podcasts, they mention like people get so prepared and ready like for the wedding day, like the wedding ceremony, that their focus goes away from actually getting prepared for marriage, which like the wedding day is one date and like marriage is a lifetime.
Right.
So like people like they focus more on the date rather than their actual marriage. And, like,
yeah. And honestly, that makes sense because so much effort goes into like wedding planning, make sure everything is right with like make sure all the guests are comfortable, this and that. You put so much emphasis on it. Once you're done, you're like, thank God.
Yeah.
You know. So how's the wedding stuff going then?
Okay. It's good. We have most of the things done, I feel like. Anybody know a good DJ?
Yes, that's one thing we've really struggled with, finding a DJ. Yeah, but like we've basically have everything. We're gonna go. We figured out we originally wanted to get the food from the salon, but that was a lot of money.
Oh, so you guys are gonna have to like cater?
Well, like it's a lot cheaper to cater. Like
right.
From like a Mexican restaurant,
right?
Instead of like get the food that they have there, because each plate was like a certain amount of money for each guest, and if you just cater bulk from a Mexican restaurant, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And honestly, like more people get fed.
Facts. And and it's more like food that everyone else is like comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in turn, everyone else will be enjoying their time a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we consider Chick-fil-A catering too.
We actually.
Dude, that would low key. That would be lit. But I would have like 4 sandwiches. I'm not
Still
even
in the
gonna lie.
works. We don't know yet.
I would literally have like 4 sandwiches.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
If you guys can at least get the brownies or cookies
for desserts.
Low key.
We are having a dessert bar. We're not. So we're gonna have a little small tier cake to cut. But dessert bar is where it's at.
Yeah, and then hopefully after we just moved into a new apartment, and hopefully the next. So let's talk about that real quick. Yeah. Moving. Gaby and I just had a really interesting weekend. So we moved out from our old apartment into this new one. It's in the same apartment complex. It's just a different unit. We downsized from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom that has a full bath and a half. And honestly, like this apartment feels like it's a lot bigger. Just because like the 2nd bedroom is gone. We didn't really use the 2nd bedroom in the old one because it was just like storage and nobody really came over. Yeah. So that's why we downsized. But like this weekend was a lot of work.
Do you guys do any pre-packing or like the day of you guys packed?
No pre-packing was done. Like we both were really busy, and then
should be alright. Come here, buddy.
Shit, the camera fell. Come here,
Yeah, so we didn't really get much pre-packing done. I tried, because our plan was to start slowly moving things in this week, like the week before, because they were going to give us the keys early. But they didn't end up giving us the keys until like really that Friday, which was like a day before they were supposed to.
Yeah.
So that messed up our whole plan of slowly moving things, because I don't know, I was just going to like grab things and not put it in boxes and just slowly bring it over because I felt like that was easier.
Right.
But it didn't happen, and then we got to this apartment and it was a mess, so we had to clean this apartment and then get everything cleaned up and then start moving things. So
right.
That ended up, so no pre-packing was done the night before because we had to clean this apartment before we could even get packing done. So we didn't even pack until the day of.
So then when did you guys wake up and start packing then?
We didn't start packing until Friday night.
Well, a little bit of Friday night, I packed like 4 boxes, and then we were just so tired because we both woke up really early for work.
Yeah, we also both worked that day, so after we got off, we started that. We thought we were going to start moving stuff, but like she said, we started cleaning this apartment first. Mm-hmm. And so technically we didn't start actually packing until Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Dang, the day of the move.
Pack and go, like,
dang.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, I wouldn't even have packed. I would just thrown shit in the car, brought it over here, and just like lugged it in here.
Yeah.
Cause you throw it in a box, and then you gotta re-tick it out over here. But
yeah, but either way, it's like 10 mini trips with every single item, or a big box to like less trips.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it was a hassle because like he would stay back and do some packing, and I would come bring a load, and I'm just like, can you just come help me? And it's like, well, divide and conquer. I was like, okay, but
yeah.
my forearms are so sore because another reason my forearms are so sore, I try to be Hulk and I carry 2 boxes up the stairs at a time. I mean, the boxes weren't that full, but
well, your forearms are also sore because we didn't end up renting a U-Haul. Pablo let us borrow his RAV4, and there was 2 objects that didn't fit into the RAV4, so we had to physically carry it over here.
From the other one? So you guys carried it across the apartment complex?
Well, two of my friends from work came to help us, and thank goodness. And we legit from one side of the apartment complex to the other, we were carrying a couch.
For real?
The couch and my bed frame, because
dude, it was kind of hot yesterday too.
Dude, we were sweating.
Hey, it was kind of hot, bro.
Yeah.
No, that was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Yesterday was kind of.
Yesterday was a lot easier because like all we did was unpacking.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say yesterday we all went to the corn maze and like the pumpkin patch, and you guys couldn't make it because you guys were moving, but there was like a cornhole spot, and we were playing cornhole, and dude, my back was sweating, and I'm like, dude, I'm just playing cornhole, but then we were kind of messing around playing, and then it got competitive.
Yeah.
You know, and then we started like throwing in, and I started like really trying, getting in the mood.
I'm just saying, I would have messed you guys up,
dude. Something about cornhole, it's not as easy as it looks.
I played it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I found out the technique to it like later on. Yeah.
Yeah, my family has boards, so we don't.
I've been thinking about getting boards.
Play.
Honestly, like
I know somebody who makes them, so we can make customized ones.
Oh, we can get the PG talk.
Oh,
nice.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah, but so, I think like once we get a house, we could probably get like some boards. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
Oh, so you guys are like fully moved in, ready to go.
Yep. All we gotta do is.
We have like 4 boxes left, which is all like bathroom stuff.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
4 boxes.
And then all the boxes that you saw when you entered, they're all empty. We just need to take those out.
Oh, okay.
And we bought.
Well, honestly, if you guys have like a storage, I would just break them up and just store them.
We don't have a storage.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the only storage is the closet, because usually the storage is outside, but there's no storage out there.
Okay, because I was gonna say like you're gonna have to move at one point again.
Yeah.
I guess we could toss them under the bed.
No, we just throw them away. I don't want to deal with that.
True. I mean, you work at a place where we can easily get boxes, so.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, we have some of those boxes from when we moved. So they helped a lot. Not gonna lie.
I mean, do you want those?
I might take some.
You guys want to get soon? Yeah.
I don't know. I might get in trouble when I get home.
You show up with 20 boxes.
She'd be like, more boxes. Because I can't remember, and we're trying to like downsize before we move. Because we're okay. So sticking on this moving topic, we're trying to move también, but then we thought about it and we're like, you know what? It's probably easier just to stay here
Yeah.
in the exact same like apartment. So
Is that what you guys were doing?
trying to,
Oh.
because I already gave them my 60-day notice. They asked me for an email saying that it's my 60-day notice, and I sent it to like the email for the apartment complex, but then they never responded with anything. So I'm like, I don't know if that's normal. But so then I emailed them today and said, hey, like this was going on, like if nobody has checked out our apartment, like can we stay here? Just renew our lease, and nobody has answered.
I would physically go and they can like, cause that's what we had to do. Like, I mean, we kept calling, nobody answers because you know they never answer usually.
Facts.
And so I just went in and I was like, hey, like, I just went to talk to them about like moving, and I'm like, is it possible? Like, just we're gonna stay, and they're like, well, why were you moving in the first place? And well, we wanted to downsize. So like, well, let me see what I have available here, and I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, like, we don't want to move, but it was cheaper for us in the long run, and it's like that storage room was pricey.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
just a storage room anyway. Because like whenever you guys would have guests, it's not like there was like an extra room for all, like an extra living room, you know.
Yeah.
We'd all just chill around the table anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, but honestly, this apartment feels like it's bigger.
Yeah, it feels.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Because there's not like bam, bam, bam little places. Because there's a room, kitchen.
Yeah,
So, like,
and like it's like every room, the space that the second bedroom took up, it kind of added to like
I
the
added
dining room.
a little square feet to like each and every room.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the dining room feels a little bit more like it feels bigger. The living room feels bigger, and the kitchen feels a little bigger too.
and like in our room, we have like a big walk-in closet.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
it's
really
Oh,
nice.
nice. Cool. And that wasn't like that in the other one?
No, it's
No.
just like revolving, like these annoying
There's,
doors
like, a
that you
sliding
like
doors.
that you slid. And
Oh yeah. They
it's
like.
like I'd be trying to get my stuff, and he'd be like, and I'd be like,
You could only move it to one side at a time.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
so I'd be there trying to find what I want. And he's like, well, I already know what I want. I'm like, well, I was deciding.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna get mine real quick and then
Yeah.
call it good.
And now there's no doors, so we can just do whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, cause just moving is a hassle, and like all like the startup costs of moving with like the renter's insurance and then like the deposits, this and that. You know, spending way more than what
Yeah.
you think. So hopefully we get to stay there. That'd be cool. But the construction on that road that we live on, bro, I'm telling you, that's literally the only reason we want to move. Pretty much.
I mean, it makes sense.
So-
Like, we were there when we went to go pick up the RAV. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, they're still working on this?
Yeah, and I swear it gets worse every day. And they're bringing in Costco también, and it's only gonna add more traffic.
Because of the Costco, yeah.
Yeah, dude. All that traffic going to Sam's, a lot of that's gonna go over to Costco.
Damn.
I'm not looking forward to it at all. So, but another perk of us staying there is we're gonna actually decorate, because our walls are plain. We have one table, one chair. Table's like practically broken. All our chairs are practically broken. I didn't mean to say one chair. I'm gonna say one couch.
And
Yeah.
then just like in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. You just stand up and you go eat over with us. You know, no biggie. But and it'd be cool because hopefully we can get a TV. That man, because we don't have a TV at the moment, and maybe we can have some movie nights and stuff. As long as they're not scary movies. Cause fuck that.
I used to hate scary movies until I started dating Gaby.
Yeah. So what's your thing with scary movies? Like, why do they interest you so much?
I don't know, me and my cousin, we'd always watch scary movies. It's just something we got into when we were young. We started with like the Chucky movies, went to the Gremlins. Have you heard of the Gremlins? They're like,
Oh yeah, it's like if you pour water on them.
or you feed them at night and they turn into monsters.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know what you're talking about.
We would go to the library and go rent those movies.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
the
I miss those
thing.
times.
And like
Yeah.
rent those movies, you know. And then I think streaming came along, or like Blockbusters or Family Video. We'd go there, get movies, and then that's where we started. Like, and it just grew from there.
Yeah.
And to the point where, like, I mean, I'd watch them by myself. Cause as an only child, I'm used to doing things by myself anyways.
Right.
So,
Right. So you're like, what's a scary movie anyway?
yeah.
Dude, I don't know how you're into those. like some people are really into them. I'm like, what's the thing that makes them so interesting? You know what I mean?
Just like I guess the suspense, the fear, like
the thrill. Like I get it now.
But like you like legit get scared?
No.
Or
sometimes it depends like what it's about. If I know it's on a true story, then yeah, I get a little scared because like this actually happened. Like it's scary.
Okay, but like that doesn't bother your sleep at all, right? You still sleep like a baby?
No, I don't sleep like a baby. I used to, but now it's like I kind of start thinking about it more, and I'm like, and then I'll turn on like a show, and then I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, so like her ritual, whenever we watch scary movies, we watch a scary movie, and I'm like, oh my god, you sure you want to watch a scary movie today? She's like, yeah, let's do it.
You're like, it's 11 p.m.
He's like, exactly. Because I know when we watch a scary movie, we're gonna go to bed, and she's gonna watch something to get that like thing.
Just so I don't dream about it, you know.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
But
like me now, I can go straight
that
to sleep.
Or I'll just
after
pray and then go to sleep.
Damn, you're like, hopefully nothing happens.
Yep.
Dude, like you said, you started with Chucky, so did I, and I stopped. Literally, like 5 minutes later.
You've seen Paranormal Activity, haven't you?
Like I saw clips.
Yeah.
And I was like, no thanks.
One of these days, we're gonna watch a scary movie.
The Paranormal Activities are so badly like filmed. Like they're scary in itself. Like they have the jump scares.
Right.
But like you could see things, and it's like, what is this acting? I guess if they had better actors, they'd be good.
Like they could actually sell the movie better.
Yeah. And like the Chucky movies too, like it's so funny. You see the little doll just running across. You're like, what the heck? Like
yeah, like as a kid, I was so scared of it because it's like a doll with a knife, and now I look at it, it's like that's legit a doll.
No, but like there's this. I can like imagine the scene in my head. Like you just see him like running, and we just died laughing, me and my cousin, because we're like, there's no way that's.
So as
real.
kids, you guys would laugh?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe I was just a wimp. Because
you
I
are a wimp.
No.
Okay,
no, don't put that on me. No, I just legit. I think it's like a childhood thing.
Yeah,
I can't bring myself to watch it.
Yeah.
Like I can kind of see, like, cause it's like Chucky's such an older movie, you know. So I can kind of see that how it would be funny, or how you could tell that it's not real.
Yeah.
Cause with like the CGI back then or whatever, it wasn't as good as it is today.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it just bring back memories, you know.
Yeah.
Cause
like, don't you think you should conquer those memories?
No, they can stay locked up.
No, because once you.
But why? It doesn't bother me. Like, I never crave watch a scary movie.
Okay, but if you accidentally see somebody watching a scary movie, like in any instance, like you walk into a house or
Then I'm fucking turn around and leave it.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly. So why don't you just watch it, conquer those fears, and be like, I can walk into this house without being scared.
No.
I mean, some people see scary movies as like an invitation for things.
Right.
But I guess, I mean, it is true, especially like the ones that were true stories. Like they say those are more likely to invite things in because, you know, based around something. But
I mean, like, you never know.
I mean,
like, even just
for
talking
sure.
about it, you know,
Exactly.
like how you know what does or doesn't invite stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Honestly, that was one of the reasons why I was scared to get a dog. Because you know how supposedly they can see paranormal stuff?
Like, what if you just got home and then, like, he started barking? You're like, oh, shit.
Well, there are times where, like, there's no, like it's quiet, like, there's nothing there. And all of a sudden, he just, like...
I mean, there's that, and then they hear pitches that we don't.
Exactly. That's why I'm always like, maybe he's just hearing some weird shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I just
I
never...
didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just never assume he's... I don't know. A little bit ago, I was like laying down in bed because like so at nighttime, Karen is normally like washing her face, like flossing, brushing her teeth, and I do all that stuff before her.
Mm-hmm.
So then I normally just lay in bed waiting for her, like just like mind numb through whatever the fuck, you know, or like look up at like some last minute studying.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear I heard like a fork or something fall, and we had just done dishes, so they were all like put in the dish rack.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear I heard it fall, but nobody said anything. And Alma I'm pretty sure still in her room. I heard it fall and I didn't hear footsteps, I didn't hear nothing. So I was like, just ignore it, nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, that and then the arrangements are kind of just... But the other day, he had left for work, and he usually, like, wakes me up before he leaves.
Oh.
And, like, he had said bye. He had left, and then I was like, I'm gonna sleep for like 20 more minutes. I don't have to go to work early today.
Yeah.
And so next thing I know, I hear him like he'll wake up, and I open my eyes. I'm like, but nobody
Bro, I
was
was at
there.
work.
But like legit, I felt like the presence of something like say wake up, and it sounded just like him. And I'm like, good thing we're moving.
My counter to that was that every time that I tried to wake her up, she's always half asleep, and like it was her body telling her like, "Hey, like wake up," because she was gonna be late to work.
She's like, it's conditioned, and the
Yeah.
body like when it's feeling late and you just get up. It could be that.
I mean, yeah, but like the fact that I heard the voice and all, but I was like,
Yeah.
Because I did that before I went to work. I'm like, babe, wake up, you're gonna be late. So it was probably like you were like still like you didn't notice that I was saying it.
Like a super delayed thing.
Yeah, you were like, oh crap, like I gotta get up. It would have been creepier if like you like moved.
yeah, I would have. I'd be like,
Yeah. What if it's like an inner? You just start taking shots of it.
I mean, that's what we do before we go to
What,
new like home.
you take shots of holy water?
Yeah. We go and we throw holy water in the rooms because you never know who's been in here, what they've done. So
Right. Especially like a house or something like that. Like you never know what could be going on.
Before
There.
we're either gonna get our house built or like we're gonna do our research on it.
Yeah, dude. Same.
I mean, even if you get a house built, you don't know what happened on that.
On that ground.
Yeah.
Facts. Well, cause so at IUPUI, where the military park.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be like a camp for the north, for the soldiers there, and they would camp out there, and like that would be one of their campsites for the military.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned it when I was doing the veterans thing, and I was like, oh, that's cool as fuck.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
so
would
just
make
like
sense, military.
I know, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh. And then I'm like, wow, these people are not creative. They could have named it something cool, but it's like military park.
Military park.
Like, that's it. Damn.
Wait, is that the park we did the community service at?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And and that's like on the outskirts of campus too.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really go down that way very often.
I mean, there's not much.
It's more down. Military Park is more of a downtown thing. Not
no,
really.
Oh, really?
I mean, they have a lot of like events there for sure. They always just host like mini concerts there or something, but nothing like. I guess you could go and have a picnic there, but like, there's really nothing. I mean, the canal's right there next to it. So.
Right. It's really just like a big plot of grass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
That's
do
all
whatever.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I haven't been to the canal. Dude, honestly, when I go to school, it's literally just
That one building.
college. I mean, what the fuck?
Yes, you're in college, Pablo.
I meant to say the library. It's literally just the library, like the engineering building or whatever. Like, I have a math class or like the music center, whatever the fuck. And then Kelly School of Business. That's it. Just those three buildings. Just that's all.
Nice.
Yeah, I just stay at the Nat, and the
Library.
the Nat, the library, and then that new building, Innovation Hall.
Innovation Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to have a class there next
it's pretty
semester.
cool.
So, I'm taking 5 classes again next semester.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes well.
It will, as long as you stay up on your
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
I'm not doing too bad right now, so just keep up the pace, you know what I mean? So, how's life away from college, Gabs?
It's good. At first I was going through the blues to see everybody back in school, and I'm like, wow, everybody's all together. Everybody's hanging out at the library, doing their homework together. I never had anybody, so I was like, okay, maybe I want to go back to school. I mean, I do want to go back to school eventually.
Right.
But I was like, I really like my career right now, so I'll
What
just
is your
stick with
career?
that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, for the people watching, can you tell us what you graduated, like your degree, and then where you work? No, not where you work.
What your specific
what your
job.
profession is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Profession.
So
Nice
I graduated with an exercise science degree.
Okay.
With a certificate in personal training. And then I have a job. My title is exercise specialist. So I work in cardiopulmonary rehab. So like the cardio side. So we do outpatient right now. Well, I do both technically now. I just with my new position.
Okay.
So for now I'll focus on the outpatient. So the outpatient, the cardio side, we have set classes where people who've had like, they're referred to us if they've had a heart event, like a stent put in, a double bypass, open heart surgery, like anything like that they need to like get back into a routine of exercising to promote, heart health.
Right.
And then so they'll come. We have set class time. They come 3 days a week.
Okay.
They come for an hour. We do some aerobic exercise, and then we do some weightlifting with like the max we give them is 10 pounds because they're.
It's really just to like get their heart back beating the way it's supposed to, or like just their health.
Just to cause
just like kind of making sure they're able to do every life movements.
Right.
Daily,
A day in a life movements is what I meant to say.
Yeah. So and on the pulmonary side, it's a bunch of people with pulmonary diseases.
Okay.
So it can be like something as simple as asthma all the way to pulmonary hypertension to COPD. There's just all kinds of respiratory things that could be going on. And for them, we teach we have the same thing. They go to classes 3 days a week. They do mainly aerobic. They have 1 day of weightlifting, which is nobody benefits from it because they're in Brady, sinus Brady, falling asleep, and it's like.
So it's like they get more out of the cardio stuff, the cardio days.
Yeah, because when we work with the pulmonary patients, we go through this routine of showing them a new way to breathe with their lungs, because their lungs have shrunk up.
Oh. And
they're like here, and like for us, all our lungs are still like down here, so we can fully extend them, and then they can't use these muscles like we do, like when we run and we're like panting.
So is that something that like over time their lungs will like stretch back out, or they just stay?
They just stay like that. That's why we have to show them a new way of breathing.
Oh. So
that it's easier for them because their lungs have shrunk up and they can't rely on these muscles to help them recover as like someone like us who can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we tell them inhale for 2 and then blow 2, 3, 4, and like we just repeat that as they're work. Especially with the weightlifting, like when we're lifting, we'll be like inhale 2, blow 2, 3, 4, and we'll go through that the whole routine.
She does that every time she comes home. Inhale 2. I'm like,
I have 4
You're like, good job.
4 pulmonary classes. We do 10 sets of exercises.
Okay.
Twice, and I'm like, okay, this is stuck in my head. They're like, why don't you do a recording of this? I'm like, then I wouldn't have a job.
It's like, well, then what would be the point of me then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to make money somehow.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the pulmonary side, and it made me look into being a respiratory therapist. But then I also really enjoy the cardiac side now that because in my internship, it got cut short on the cardiac side.
Was that because of COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I didn't get that. Get to grow in that bond in the cardiac side as I did with pulmonary. So,
right.
But now that I mainly work cardiac, I like love both. So it's like, where do I go?
So you're stuck between like wanting to like specialize in one over the other, and you're like, which one do I do?
Yeah, because I could also go back and be a nurse, and I can work in rehab as a nurse, and I just have more.
But that would be like more like a wider variety of rehab, right? Because it wouldn't just do with the cardio or the respiratory. It would literally just be everything.
Yeah. And like the end goal would be like to go out, enjoy my career as either a nurse or a respiratory therapist, and end up in rehab.
Okay.
To finish my career.
Nice.
Like working in rehab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. End up in rehab.
With my luck in my family with the heart disease, I might be there.
I didn't even pick up on that.
She's like, yeah, my end goal is to end up in rehab.
Working in rehab.
Oh, sad. Damn. honestly, that sounds pretty rough.
Yeah.
I always say like, because I'm surrounded by people who do like are in the medical field, you know, like you, and then Widow's kind of not in the medical, but like has a lot of like anatomy, physiology knowledge, and obviously like Karen and like everybody else, they're all going into something like that.
It's so different to look at because sometimes I forget that you're a business major, and like because like we would always like growing up like talk exercise and like all that, and like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like wait, like he's majoring in business.
Yeah, dude, it's not like I know a little bit because I was a certified personal trainer también, and when I took the course, I like, and honestly, dude, I don't even really remember now, but we had to learn like what ATP is and like how it's like what it does, and
What
you
does
know,
it do?
so, I know something like it's the energy for the muscle.
It's
It
one of the
rebuilds the
types
muscle.
of energy.
Okay. See, I know. I still know. I got it. but yeah, and then like I got my license because I thought I was like gonna be really into personal training. I got my license and I trained a couple people, and I mean it was fun, but I quickly realized that I can't train everybody
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
some people just like they just like to complain,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, that's how it is for me. Like with the patients, we prescribe them. That's what my role is: exercise. Give them exercise prescriptions, but it's
Right.
very basic because we only have a set of equipment that they can get. Like, depending how debilitated they are, we'll set them for starting with only 5-minute exercises, and the end goal is to do 30 minutes of continuous
Right.
aerobic exercise.
Right, but their goal isn't to become like a bodybuilder.
No.
And,
It's,
like,
it's just to
the-
get back into health, good health.
And like
so.
the difference with that is like your patients, they are recommended to you guys, right? Because they have underlying health issues, or do they just
Yeah.
show up?
So in my new role on the inpatient side, I'll be after like they have their procedure done, I'll be going to their rooms and talking about our program to try and get them to go because they're going to be referred to as usually regardless by their doctor. It's
Okay.
whether or not we can get them in the door. Like, oh yeah, she came to my room. That's something that sounds like I want to do. So
Right.
Yeah, and like the difference with that, with what Pablo was saying, is that like those people are like sick and like they complain because they're sick. These people
Yeah.
like signed up for personal training and they're complaining about it.
Yeah, because
Sure.
nobody like is forced to go into personal training. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that's just something that you do, and like some people, I don't know, and like at least maybe where I worked at as a trainer, and the quality of trainers that I saw, who were very kind of half-assed, and they were just like, oh, I'm just kind of here to train and
Yeah,
get my money.
I have a friend that worked for that specific franchise, and he didn't like how they ran things either. He ended up quitting.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so because the whole reason I got the job was because I mean I needed a job, and so I was gonna have two, and I had two jobs for a little bit, right? And the way they sold me was that they needed a Hispanic speaking or a Spanish speaking trainer, right? So I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna make so much money, you know? I'm like,
They give you 2 clients.
bro, not even. Hold on. So they told me like, hey, like we have a list of people who said that they'll sign up for personal training once there's a Spanish speaking trainer, right? So I was like, bet, like I'm like I got my work already lined up. I don't have to do any work. Like they literally just signed me up like with these people, right? So then the way I think like first of all the pay trash,
Oh yeah,
total trash.
I'm pretty sure it's like below minimum wage, wasn't it?
It was like at minimum wage.
Yikes.
And you got like a like for every training session, which was 30 minutes, you got like you got like $1 to bump in your pay rate for that 30 minutes. So it just didn't, I don't know, unless you were like booked constantly and you're like
Yeah.
a college and you're like a high school kid coming out of high school or whatever, you know, but like minimum wage, bro, that wasn't what I was trying to do.
You'd be making more door dashing or like
Yeah, so I just ended up doing hella overtime. I would do like 20, almost 30 hours of overtime every week.
as personal training.
No, at the other job I worked at the
Okay,
warehouse. Yeah, like 30 hours of overtime, and I made my money through there.
Yeah.
But like, I went, and I'm telling you, the first day I was there, it was like nobody. And then like the first like 2 weeks I would go in, and I was part time, so I'd go in like once or twice, until I got clients, and then they got a couple to train with me, right? They were cool, nothing with them, but they weren't Hispanic, Right. And that was like the whole reason I was there.
And like it's not like you didn't want to train them because they weren't Hispanic. You just were like, hey, like you said, you had a whole like line of people that wanted to train because I was
Yeah, like
Spanish
where they
speaking.
at? I was expecting work and I was barely getting work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like they were cool, and it was literally just them for like almost a month. No, I didn't even work there that long. It was like 2 weeks. It was just them, and then I got somebody else, and like with the couple that I trained, like they were cool. Like everything I did, they tried hard. You know, like there were people with very fast metabolisms. They were skinny, and it would have been nice to see them grow and like get some muscle.
Yeah.
But then I got my second client, and she was like older. She always complained, and it's like,
He's like, oh, why do I have to do this?
yeah.
Like,
And she wasn't even that
painful.
old. She was probably like in her 40s. You know what I mean? And it's like everything she did, she would like do like 2 or 3 reps, and then she would always have me like constantly like teach her over and over again. So then by the time like we got through like 2 exercises, the 30 minutes would be up. So, and then finally I asked him, I'm like, hey, like, what's up? I'm like, I haven't seen any Spanish speaking people here. Like,
Oh yeah, by the way, we lied to you.
well, no, what they said was like they told them that, hey, like now we have a Spanish trainer, like come on, like sign here, like for the personal training. And then they came out with an excuse of like, oh, I don't have the money right now. And then it's like, okay, I see what happened.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was the sort of thing where they said like, oh yeah, I'll do it if this, knowing that
They probably wouldn't get the trainer, and knowing that they were completely fucking lying.
that's exactly the same as saying that, oh yeah, I gotta go home and like talk to my mom about it. It's like, you're not coming back.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm at this point, I'm losing money being at this job. So
Honestly, losing money and time. Time is money.
Paying your gas to get there.
yeah. Well, I mean,
it wasn't that
really
far,
close.
but
yeah, I could have like jogged there and been fine, you know. But
No, let's be honest. No, you wouldn't have.
back then, yeah. Back then, me
that area
and
was
this
really
little guy.
sketchy, so
You probably got shanked on the way there.
I ran around there all the time,
Like, yeah,
like
I
every
guess.
night, and in the neighborhoods.
With the big O, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So I never got shanked or anything. I'll hear his name. He's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, who said big O?
He's tired. He's had a long day.
I can tell. Yeah, you just picked them up from mom
From
and dad's, right?
Lafayette,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's been a long day. I think Mondays I just need to stay put in my apartment and just do homework. Cause every time
did you not have class?
not on Mondays, no.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
nice.
dude, I know. But then
3-day
it's like,
weekend.
what was that?
It's like a 3-day weekend, but then not because you work all weekend.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like, not a big deal.
At least you get that one day to like recoup, not like, oh, gotta go to school the next day.
Wait, so Monday's the only day you don't have class? What about Wednesdays?
Yeah, well, Wednesday I only have one class and it's at night.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's just like the first couple Mondays of the semester, I would literally just go to school and like work so far ahead. It was really nice, to be honest. But then it's like, I think one Monday something happened, I couldn't go, so I had to stay home and like do homework, and I just don't get as much done when I'm home.
It's those little things that like, oh, like I'm super caught up, but so that means I get a like rest for this day or like take this day off. You eventually like keep doing that, and then you're not caught up anymore.
Yeah, and then you're doing homework the day that it's due.
Yep.
You know, which for me, I don't operate well like that.
That's why I made myself a month ahead on homework.
Yeah, this guy's a month ahead.
Well, that being said, like I made myself a month ahead because I'm taking a really like difficult class that requires me to like do a bunch of like money management for a specific like gym facility that I want to open up in the future. The class is fitness management,
right?
And like you have to like legit at the end. The goal for the end of the class is to basically present what gym facility you would like, what your gym facility would like to look at, like all the way down to the square footage. All the way down to like how many like paper clips you're gonna buy for the facility and all that, and like how you're gonna pay your workers.
So essentially, you could go into this class and then come out with a business plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready to go,
Exactly.
like have the money to execute is really what you would need.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the plan. I mean, he'll touch it up here and there, but it's really exciting to see him do that because I know this is what he wants. This is what he's passionate about. So
Yeah,
makes
it's
me happy.
dope. Yeah.
Like I always go in. The class is from 6 to 8 p.m. Or almost 9 p.m., 8:45 p.m.
Yeah.
And like I always dread waiting that. Well, sometimes because in between like I look at videos, so like editing the podcast, trying to like learn how to do new things and like get ahead on homework.
Right.
But like as soon as 6 o'clock hits, I'm just like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah, I'm fucking ready.
Like I'm staring straight at the teacher the whole time. I think she thinks I'm a creep or something.
You're just like hard eye contact. You're like.
I'm just like. Because I remember one time she looked over at me. She's like.
You threw off balance. She's like, oh.
I promise. That's how I pay attention. I just stare at you. If I look off, I'm gonna get distracted. Like, oh look, there's a light there. Oh.
Yeah, you're like, I have to stare into your soul.
Yeah, because if I look at the PowerPoint, I'm gonna like start reading the PowerPoint and I just miss what you said.
Yeah, and then like one word will trigger a memory and you start thinking about something completely different.
Exactly. Yeah. But that class is really fun. I always leave the class like feeling like really motivated to like just get everything done.
Bro, is it weird that that's how I feel about accounting?
That's a good thing.
It's so weird because like so it's from like 6 to 7:15, but after class I'm so riled up and I have like this fucking like like I literally have to wind down like so hard after that.
Is it because like that's like what you want to do, or and then you make?
I think what I like about it is that it gives like real world examples about like accounting. Like
you see why you're in this class. It's not like X equals Z.
Right, like I see a purpose to the class. Like right now, like in my other business classes, we're talking about like the structures of business and stuff, which is cool. You know, it's some stuff you should know, but it's all like what's it called? Like not theoretical, but like
not applying it to the real world in a way. Like for example, like in high school, Jimmy had 5 apples. He sold 2. Like that kind of stuff.
Well, right, but it's more like this is what this layout of a business is, or this is like for example, like a flat structure business is somebody that's like for example, your gym will probably be flat at the beginning, which means that you're the boss. You maybe have like 1 or 2 people under you, and then like 4 or 5 people under them, and that's it. So it's flat. So like
that's an organizational chart.
It is, exactly. See, so it's like stuff like that I'm learning that's like it's good to know, but the accounting stuff, it's like, all right, like when you get money, like what do you do with the money in the business? You know, how do you like what do you debit, what do you credit, like what goes in, like if I give you money for something, like how do you take care of that money on the business end, like all the transactions that go in and out.
Yeah. So
it's boring, and it's probably boring for the podcast, but when I'm doing it, dude, I get riled up. Especially because in class, there's this one girl that, I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but, dude, she's got that voice of a know-it-all. Like
let me guess. Oh, go ahead.
Bro, she always answers. Whenever the professor asks a question, she doesn't even wait for the professor to finish talking, and she just answers, right? Whether it's right or wrong, cool. But, like, if she, it's like 50-50 with her, which is cool, you know, she's learning, she's put, like, there's not an issue with that. But then I know the answer. So like I'll go to hit the space bar to unmute myself on Zoom, and right as soon as I click it, she starts talking, and then I'm like,
what you should do? Just hit the space bar and like scream really loud. All right, now that I got your attention.
Dude. And the thing with me, it's like I want to be respectful to the teacher, to the professor. Like I'm waiting for her to insert the answer at a certain point. So I'm like hovering over the space bar like, oh. And then finally she's like, oh, and I get so fucking pissed. And honestly, that's like half the reason why I get riled up.
That's good though, because like you're eager to like answer the questions.
Yeah.
You're into it.
You're engaged in the conversation, not just like
you don't just have it playing on the side and you're like playing like
no
on your phone.
Well, like for that class, it was like a Snapchat group that started. And I left it because during class people would just be talking.
No, that's annoying.
Yeah, or like they'd be.
Or
talking,
they'd be like, "Hey, send me the answers."
Yeah, dude, for real. Or they would just be like, "Hey, like what's due tonight?" Or like, "Hey, what's this? Hey, what's that?" And I'm like, "Bro, look on the syllabus. Look at the modules. Like it's literally posted right fucking there."
It's funny because like most of the people in your class are like probably 18, 19, right?
Around that age, yeah.
That
So
makes
sense.
That's why it's so frustrating,
guys.
That's why your old That's why your old ass is getting pissed.
Old ass, bro. These dumb kids, get off my lawn. It's just, I don't know, man. Like I don't understand how you can be in college and half-ass is so hard. I don't know.
I know some people, but they're not in college anymore. So that explains it.
Yeah, that really does explain it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
We're hitting the 15-minute mark. You wanna? What are we thinking?
I don't know.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, like some quick fire questions, or we can drag it on for like another like hour or two, depending on when my phone dies.
Let me double check to make sure it's still recording.
Subscribers, if they count how many times Pablo says like, maybe you can be the next guest.
Oh shit!
Goddamn, shots fired.
He's like. I mean, like.
I didn't even pick up on it.
This whole time you were talking. Oh fuck. Let me get the setup and then I'll say what.
I didn't know I did that.
Oh, that's me. This whole time you were talking, she was probably like, "Stop fucking saying like."
She's probably like, she's probably like, how is he on 50 already?
Like,
See, I think I just said it, but I didn't recognize that I said it. But when I talk, I tend to say a lot. So I focus on saying because what I've been taught is it's fine to take a break in your speech to gather your thought. It's better than just saying
it's better to
fill
pause
the word.
and then. Yeah.
Right. So
remember that, please, because I'll be like, yeah, and then you'll be like,
okay, but you pause for like 5 minutes.
bro, so do you.
No, that's a theoretical 5 minutes. She
No,
legit pauses for 5 minutes.
no.
Yes, I'd be asking her something. She's like, and 2 minutes later, I'd be like, yeah, but like, I'm like, I just stopped. Like, I stopped.
You're like, I checked out of the conversation so long ago.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like me, like I like you ask me something and I kind of like pause and look at you, and be like, and then I answer.
Yeah.
But like her, it's like legit. Like it seems like she's ignoring me. She's just like, I'm like, babe. She's like, give me a second. I'm thinking. I'm like, well, tell me that you're just scrolling through Facebook. You're not thinking.
Yeah. It looks like she's ignoring you. You're like, I'm trying to talk to you. Man.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I try not to say so much, and I feel like that takes over with the word like. And how do I not say like? You know, like what do I say?
Yeah, I got really like not hated on, but my teachers in high school were like, stop saying like.
Yeah.
And like at one point, I think that's how I typed my essays.
What the hell,
Yeah,
bro?
I would be like
Like that.
I would talk like that. I'd be like, and
Yeah.
then I think I actually submitted it like that one time,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, that was like in reference to the
Yeah.
now I'm insecure
Yeah, see,
about
now
saying
you're conscious
like,
about it, which is good because whenever I talk to the professors, like I've had a couple of like one-on-ones with my professors, and I really try not to do that because it makes me sound like I'm 18, and I'm like, bro, I'm not 18. I can not say like so many times, but then I try to, like, consciously not say it, but then, like, it just see like that. It just
too
rolls
much
off
brain
the tongue.
power.
It rolls off the tongue. It's such an easy word to say.
too much brain power.
Yeah. But
Well, do you guys think you'd do a podcast in Spanish?
Oh my gosh.
okay, I would, but give me like a month of speaking a lot of Spanish, because
I would have to go back home and like talk to mom for a whole month straight.
yeah.
Cause she asked us, she's like, "Hey, why don't you do one in Spanish?" I'm like, Mom, I
Yeah.
can barely keep like 2 sentences with you in Spanish.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
pause in English is like ×3 in Spanish.
Yeah, he'd be like, and I'll tell him the word, and I'm like, I thought you knew more Spanish than I did.
Yeah.
It's so weird because like I was better at Spanish as a kid, but I don't use it very often now.
Yeah, me
At
too.
all.
It's because like we moved away and like we don't speak Spanish anymore.
No.
It's
and
like
my grandparents are like, why not? You guys both speak Spanish. Why don't you speak Spanish? I'm like, well, it's weird because like, I don't know.
I mean, it used to be weird to begin with because like she wasn't very comfortable speaking Spanish.
Mm.
But like I don't think it's very weird now.
Yeah, like now I'll just say things, especially when I'm.
She's like.
There's this one really toxic thing that she really
It's not
does.
toxic. It's just rude.
Baby, it's really rude.
Okay.
We'd be like, I said like again. Okay, I'm just.
You said toxic. It's rude, not toxic. What?
It's rude.
Okay.
We-
I was like, I just got
we would
confused.
we would be in public and like or let's an example. Let's say we are in the leasing office
Mhm.
and it's just us two and the person helping us.
Mhm.
They would say something like to us, and then like we conversated in English. Next thing you know, she switches it to Spanish, and she kind of disses her. I'm just like, babe, you're right in front of her. That's rude.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but.
But the thing is, you gotta be careful because you don't know who knows Spanish.
I know.
Exactly.
You don't know who knows Spanish. Some of these motherfuckers are sneaky with it.
But like the way she does it, she's like, even if we're at the store or something, and it's just us two and maybe another person in the store, she'll be like, mira ese. And I'm just like, babe, he knows we're talking about him. Especially if you're speaking a different language, right when we not walk next to him.
Yeah,
like
and like in a lower tone of voice, you know, like trying to be sneaky about it. And she's just practicing her Spanish, bro. Leave her alone.
I guess, baby. Keep practicing.
But yeah, I'll be down to do a Spanish podcast, but give me a couple months of practicing because I stutter a lot. Already in English, but in Spanish, way more.
So is your best man speech going to be in English or Spanish?
I'll hit it with a little Spanglish, a little
Spanglish.
twist.
He's my best man for my wedding. Yes. I didn't have any other choice. I only have one brother.
Why'd it have to be me? But.
Well, 56 minutes in. We were talking earlier before we started the podcast. We think you should outro it. Just say whatever you want.
Yes.
Preferably like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't say at the beginning.
Shit.
Oh, well.
Well, hit that like button, drop a beautiful comment.
There you go.
Gang,
there you
gang.
go.
I'm just kidding, not gang, just PG.
Pablo has to watch what he says.
Yeah. For sure.
You still have that Otis barking thingy that you had for your
Yeah, I do.
YouTube?
Yeah, it's in
like,
there.
bark, bark.
It's in there.
Yeah, well, that being said, I hope you guys liked this episode. Yes?
She's our stream.
Oh, shit.
Well, as the first guest, I think it went okay. I'm a little quiet, so I apologize if I'm like really quiet and it's really hard to hear me. But anyways, that was the PG talk. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Fuck yeah.